50 years back, commerce did not had so many options. Students didn't used to explore the plethora of opportunities which are existing with commerce students now. But at that time, there were certain visionaries, certain leaders who have paved way for the new generation to come in the commerce field. It is my pride and privilege to welcome Shri Arun Garg ji, who is a qualified CMA, and Arun sir has qualified his CMA in the year 1976. He has passed BCom honors from SRCC Delhi University and is also CAIIB. Sir has served Indian Oil Corporation Limited for over 3 decades. And after retiring as an executive director in Indian Oil, he is serving Oil India since 2014 in capacity of a consultant or an independent advisor. He is a risk and internal audit consultant and provides advisory services to many other public sector undertakings. Hi, welcome. I am CACS CMA Nikhil Gupta and I welcome all of you to yet another episode of Commerce No Big Deal, in which I am going to introduce you to certain achievers, to certain winners who have made it big in the commerce field. And it is definitely, sir, all of our pride and privilege to have you on our show. It is really important for the CMA fraternity to know what were the differences between the CMA course at that point in time when you had qualified CMA, which is in the year 1976. What has been the turmoil? What has been the difference between CMA course back then to now?
First of all, thanks Nikhil to give me an opportunity to be with my CMA fraternity to share the career path of mine with various challenges. Really, I am thankful to you. And what you have rightly started with the point, that what is the difference between that era and today's era, and what has helped me to come to this level. Nikhil, I would like to explain this part, that in our old good days, the academics of CMA was having a vast experience on different fields. Subjects were covered very differently. Being even CMA, mainly covering the cost part, but having the subject on legal, law, company, accounting, this is not normal, like a business professional features are there. Over and above, there was a course like elementary of engineering. This elementary of engineering, by name itself, it looked like to be very elementary, but it was covering all your mechanical, electrical, energy conversion, whatnot, two-stroke engine, four-stroke. That was also covered as a 100 marks paper. What was the behind that time is making a combination of the engineering touch to the profession, because when the professional is going to the field, not only his own line, he has to have the evaluation scenarios for the other side of the engineering, because any project, anything, anywhere it is there, it is combination of the engineering. That time it was a full-fledged, the engineering was a big thing in the country because it was a developing country at that time. So the exposure was given to that level so that we can take a better decisions on the cost controls of all the engineering side. That was the idea. That had given me those tools and tackles which I entered into the field of my career. And I started my career with a PSU, as you have rightly said, Indian Oil Corporation, and having served into a functional area. At the fair end of my career, I left the organization as executive director, where I had the experience of about 23 years in the functional area and 12 years as the auditor at different level. So with this kind of experience, this has given me an opportunity to choose my passion, that where I want to be after with this experience. And Nikhil, you can also see that it was not so easy to change over the profession in our time. Not like today, the young generation is joining one organization and joining to another organization. In that time, because that time the responsibility of the family was different. But somehow, getting a taste in PSU, and what I was thinking of taking new challenges, I was getting an opportunity. See, after 23 years at different functional level, the management thought it of, the company thought it of putting me into audit. This, yes, that is a challenge, and it was my passion. And you will also appreciate the person who is having a experience with some delta, then he can only become an auditor. So I came into audit line. After having that experience, I left the organization because 60 years is the criteria for PSU. I cannot serve. Maybe I have energy. That's a separate part. And a professional is never retired. That's an important thing. So when I left the organization, I got the opportunity. See, always you will appreciate the people should not speak, the work will speak. Based on that, I got an opportunity in another PSU Oil India where they feel that I could contribute into an area of their internal audit sections, which they want to strengthen up because it's a need of the hour. So I got the opportunity. I started serving there. Then I also thought it up with such a vast experience, if I am having it with the various challenges and digitization being my passion, why I should not develop certain projects in digitization. With this concept, also I developed too. This I am telling you just to tell you a path that what was the difference that time with those old things I reached to this level. So we'll touch the subject if you want, the thing which is coming up from the current scenario also, but I am telling you the journey taken by me on the subject. After this digitization, because the way we have served 40 years, we know the expectation of users, the facility, and the current scenario, the routine work is handled by the company. I mean, sorry, so many digitization softwares available like ERP, materials management, your taxation, so many things. So this thing is now requiring that you should be a decision taker. That is very important. So with this growth of my career, I could find myself, yes, I can take decision, I can advise to take decisions also, which can give a benefit to the organization.
So I think, sir, we are the lucky generation that we don't need to study elementary engineering, guys. We are the lucky generation. But still, sir, we have a paper called OMSM which teaches us strategic management, and now students would be able to appreciate why are we taught that chapter, that subject, OM, organization management and strategic management.
Say, I'm thankful to CMA shoot. That time, that was the need of our. Today, the course has been upgraded, modified. As you are also looking into your routine life, your hardware, your mobiles, they are being upgraded day and night. So, today challenge is that how can you be a good decision taker? These two papers cover and give you tools and techniques to take a decision. Today, the executions are different. That time the execution was different. We were working on a grassroots level. Now those grassroots level has been taken over by the digital platform, various softwares. So we have to take right from the beginning a decision taking. So, and you need a data. The data is provided by your e-platform and you take a decision. So those tools and techniques, which these two papers and other papers are giving you a tool to apply those tools with your working experience also, you are a better decision taker. That is what I can contribute between the previous academics and today's academics.
So those students who think that why are we studying this subject in our CMA course, why institute has not done away with this particular subject, please don't think that, because all the subjects which you are studying in your CMA course will be relevant to you. Just like sir has studied engineering, I'm sure engineering would have definitely contributed to his profession, to his company and to his performance, for sure. Sir, the next question is a very, very delicate question and a very, very heart-touchy question, because students are dying, or it's a dream for students to enter into a PSU. And we have seen in the past few years, CMA Institute's campus has invited a lot of PSUs, and PSUs are hiring qualified CMAs a lot. So what is your take? What steps should a student take, or what are the abilities or the qualities which a student should have to be able to crack an interview from a PSU?
Nikhil, I would like to correct it here about the delicacy and the other one which you used, softness and other part of it. No profession is a delicate profession. Number one. Number two, the courses are designed with the expectations of the market, business scenarios, government policies. So many things are there, factors. See, at our level, we can see that vision, but what our fraternity at which they are now started the career, or they are in the process of starting the career, see, they have a limited data bank with them. So they are thinking of certain decision which is taken on a very vast subject. where the policies, international policies and what is going to be the next level and all that, these courses are selected. By the time the new student who has joined and will come out of it, they'll be ready for that tool. We were made equipped with the tools what was required at that time. So the vision is here of the institute that what you require after 5 years and after 10 years. If that is not incorporated today, how they will groom for the next 5 years? As you rightly said that when the iPhone i5 is coming, they are working for i8. So similarly, if the institute will not work, will be lagging behind in the race. So I appreciate, and you gentlemen also can contribute with your visions what you expect if you have that kind of a vision. To suggest to the institute that this will be the need hour after 10 years. Gentlemen, that vision can only be created with experience and a fresh energy like you. Then only that vision is set. Not only the experience will do. So both his combination is required, and that is a step towards it. And I appreciate the institute working on these and updating these subjects, status, syllabus, coverage, scope, everything. They are covering up not of today's requirement, they are thinking of for the next 5-10 years. That is very important.
And from a PSU standpoint, what do you think are the critical factors which they look into in the students while recruiting them?
See, the question is about the PSU performance and working. Since I have about almost like 40 years experience with PSU, 35 with Indian Oil and 5 years with Oil India, I can say that PSU is a platform which gives you a very good exposures on the business profession. That's a very important thing because they are big giants. Transaction is huge. Look at the Indian Oil, having a turnover more than 5 lakh crore. I think this figure will not come in your even mobile. People are taking the decisions on worth 1,000 crores projects, which you will not find in private sector. Number one, if you are grooming in that environment, where, of course, PSU has a very, very well-laid policies, circulars, guidelines, delegation of powers for their business activities, transactions which they are doing it, and which contribute to a seasoned professional who is taking a decision. Because a lot of people in hierarchy are involved for taking a decision. The purpose behind it is a transparency and sharing knowledge, contributing on a platform to take a better decision. This is the platform where if you get an opportunity to groom yourself, wow, this is wonderful. So this is the one thing which is a PSU is doing, and with this kind of experience and other things, you can play a better batting your inning in your career, which is coming up on this part of it. This is very important, and this particular opportunity, of course, there is a small thing when you have lot many people to take a decision and circular. Sometimes in the competitive environment, sometimes the decision is delayed because of some kind of bureaucratic impact. But that's a part of the business that we can't say. But still, it's great to work with PSU and get that bigger knowledge. And this sample or example is in front of you to see where I thought what I was having a vision or mission, I could reach to this level. Yeah, that is the thing. And I think if one gets an opportunity, it's wonderful. But persons who are not getting even opportunity, with this view of systematic working and diversification and challenges, the private sector has also improved.
Absolutely.
So it's not disheartening that I didn't get the opportunity in PSU, so what I will do? No. No. If 100 people will come, they have a different path of reaching. You have to become face in crowd. The path you choose is a different thing. Your mission, vision, experience, your career decision will make you to lead your role. No, they are only a tools. They are only a path to reach. So don't get disheartened. But definitely, if we say in this part of it, both are good. But definitely, I can say the PSU is slightly a better platform to have that experience of competitive environment.
So all those students who are going to appear in interviews in the coming month, I know campus is round the corner. I know you guys will be selecting for the companies off campus also. Guys, please keep these things in mind and please note that While applying for a PSU, you have to really be a competitive person. You really have to upgrade your knowledge and skills in a PSU, and no other better platform than a PSU or a private company will give you to upgrade your knowledge and skills. So, sir, my next question to you would be: internal audit and risk management has been your core area of work right through Indian Oil, and then now as an independent consultant also you are into risk management, you are into internal audit, you are into digitization of internal audit, you are into digitization of system controls, policies of management even after retirement. So do you think that internal audit and risk has a future for the upcoming and budding CMAs also? And if your answer is yes, then what are the knowledge upgradations, or what are the skills which are needs to be developed for a career in internal audit and risk management?
See, Nikhil, you have only identified two areas like internal audit and risk management attached to CMA. I would rather say these are only a few areas. There are ample opportunity of your area. That's ample. But since you have only focused internal audit and risk, then I'll like to highlight only on these two parts. That after going through the total functional business processes in PSUs and working with the as an auditor and also a risk advisor scenario, I find that the passion which I was having it, the professionalism which I touched it, is the thing that I have had an experience of certain functional area. So let me upgrade to a next level. I tell you, the auditors or the risk managers, they are a step above to the functional areas, because they not only have the knowledge of that functional area, they have a vision of also the challenges of the business in mind. So with these things, they are in a position to either take decision or to advise to take a decision on this part. So if with this experience and with this kind of exposure of my passion, if I not choose the profession of a specialized in nature, there is no point of selecting a career into a situation.
Absolutely.
My purpose is I am achieved. So the thing which I apprehend, the risk exposures or the internal checks and controls which is required, not even now, maybe in next 5 years, maybe 10 years. So you can be only after having so much of thing, you can make a better standard operating practice for the company. You can give a risk analytical approach to the company. You can give a business environment which is full of internal checks and controls. These all areas can be only contributed by those two areas. And Nikhil, I can tell you another part, that what we are saying CMAs, this also a challenge, not only CMAs, any professional, whether engineering or maybe a chartered accountant or maybe any other line, all are auditors. Now they can act as an internal auditor.
Right.
It's not a thing that only one professional body is allowed to work as an internal auditor. No.
Right.
Because they are now shifted this internal audit from your financial audit to a proprietary auditor.
Absolutely.
So the financial audit may be a specialized field, that's a separate of making a balance sheet and other things. But in proprietary, the total business activity, the process is in stake.
Right.
So there the role had become more important, whether reference to the internal checks and control through audit or through internal financial controls or the risk advisory. The purpose is the same. The purpose is ultimately to that. The internal checks and control, auditors are saying your internal processes, the risk involved into it, and a risk auditor says you the threat risk is foresighted, making a vision of these business threats as a risk, and they advise on those lines to the corporation. Since I have chosen this career with me and this was my passion, so this is one line I have selected. But selecting these two is for you, say the sky is the limit for you. You can select any of your profession, but ultimately you should reach to that goal or a vision where you want. That is more important.
Absolutely. And one clear message from Arun sir, guys, without passion, without that zeal in you, without enthusiasm, you will not be able to succeed in any career profession.
I agree.
Passion is mandatory.
Agree, Nikhil. I'm 100% with you. See, hard work, systematic with intelligence. Hard work doesn't mean that you have to burn the oil throughout the night and all that. Hard work means whenever you are getting involved into a work, you should dedicate fully onto that part. That is hard work. And intelligently, you should understand the process it is there. But unless until you don't have a belongingness to the heart of that work, the passion will not come out. That will only be generated what your heart says, where you want to take it. That passion, which I will call it Junoon, unless until you don't create that Junoon or a passion in your this thing, that profession will not reach to the level of a career, what we say. See, somebody joins our organization and retire at a higher post. Maybe this is, he can say, I've done a career, but for me it's not a career. It's only a journey of service or a journey of profession. Career is that, in my view, what you made a vision and mission, and you make a face in crowd, and you make yourself an identity into that area. That's your career. We say, yes, he has reached it. And with these factors, what you have rightly said, without the combination of it, it's not there. I would say that these things are very much required.
Absolutely. So, on that happy note, sir, just last few words which you want to say to the CMA fraternity, the upcoming budding CMAs, and all the fellow colleagues.
See, the question is of as CMA, we are always the society and everybody will look into a part of the, these are the cost accountants, these are the dealing with the cost, and the field they give a kind of a limit to our field. Gentlemen, this is not the thing, but it's a big challenge to every organization today, because the cost has increased like manifold into the, for anything to produce. Because there are so many added costs to it. Advertisement cost, what was earlier, now it is what? Manpower cost, infrastructure, you think of any cost. Even what we call it a marginal cost or a standard cost, and all these tools are available with you to help the organizations. Apart from your all professional aptitudes and disciplines you have, tools and tackles you have a special edge. You have a special edge. If you control or reduce the cost even by 1 paisa, you look at the volume.
Absolutely.
So this can be only done by you, over and above what others or professional people are giving. So don't get disheartened. They are telling you, they are not giving you a boundary, you are a cost accountant. They are telling you, you have a special edge as a cost accountant. The costing, you understand costing. Other professionals, they cannot understand costing. So understanding the costing in today's competitive environment is one of the biggest edge, which I feel it is contributing more to the profit. See, any organization looks at you what for? Better diversification or a better business position, earn more profits. If it will not earn profit, it will not be surviving in the market. Though he can produce one of the best thing, he can sell one of the best thing, but what is the, the gimmicks, is the margin. This you can contribute it to the organization. This is one of the special tools you have with you. So as a CMA, I will say you have the other professional edges along with the edge which other profession is not having it. Mind it, this is very important. So with this scenario, you look at this CMA course and CMA career in a very different way. This is my submission to my fresh people or the friends who are coming to this line and taking this as a working experience or a career in life. Yes, which I am saying this is one of the important things.
Perfect. It was an amazing experience interacting with you, sir. Thanks a lot for taking out time and giving some valuable advice to all our budding CMAs. And definitely, they are going to reach out to you on email, on Facebook for any query which they would have in their career prospects. I hope sir will be really helpful to all of you. Yes, he has touched upon very important topics and he has given us a lot of summary of his career which he has spent in Indian Oil Corporation and other PSUs. And yes, we'll be benefited from this advice of sir. Sir, thank you so much once again. We are full of gratitude. We are really happy after interacting with you. And sir, as it is said, that pen is mightier than a sword. So sir, as a token of love and gift from all the students and all my subscribers, I would like to gift you a small token of love, a pen. Thank you so much for appearing in our talk show.
Thank you very much, Nikhil. And how can I be away from my fraternity? I am 24/7 available to them. Whenever they find that I can be of any guide to you, Yes, I am available, and I'll be happy to share my experiences. But gentlemen, you have to select your path. This is the thing you can take as a core line at the end of the result, that what I am today in front of you. But reaching to that level, you have a different path. This may not be the same path, but whatever you choose a path. But with these tools and techniques, with this passion, definitely you will reach to a career of your choice. And this can be only achieved, what Nikhil has also pointed out, I also pointed out, with passion, hard work and intelligence. That is important. Without it, it's not possible to do it. And at the end, I can say all the best in your career to achieve. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
On that enthusiastic note, guys, now if someone tells you that commerce is no big deal, then you know what to respond to them. All the very best and happy studying!